this, the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Championship here, presented to you by the FIA. We are about to get going for qualifying. Well, joke's on you, we already have. And a very, very dominant, more or less, performance from Freddie Slater a few weeks ago. When of course we last went racing. Very, very dominant performance indeed. But it is now time for qualifying. Going back to back to back to back. 4 streams in a row. Got race 1, 2, and 3. Then, of course, throughout the week, we'll be heading off to the Dubai Autodrome. Starting that Monday, qualifying. Tuesday, race 2, race 1. Tuesday night, race 2. And Wednesday afternoon, race number 3. Thursday, we head back to Yas Marina for qualifying. At the moment, though, the fastest lap, Yaroslav Veselov, 156.9. Thursday, we head back to Yas Marina, qualifying 1 and 2. Here, as Ugo Chikwu now sets the fastest lap time. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say the fastest lap times. The driver's still putting temperature into the rubber, though. Round 4, back to Yas Marina on the Thursday. On the Friday, it is then Yas Marina race 1, race 2, and race number 3. It all kicks off, though, from 3:30 on Friday. Then the finale will be kicking off on the Monday, on the Thursday, should I say. It will be the Thursday of that weekend. So I think, at least, because the social media ban is coming into place here in Australia very, very soon. Hopefully I've found my way around it. Not sure yet. Drivers, though, still putting temperature into the rubber. Nice to be back commentating here. Not much commentating actually has gone on recently with a busy schedule. So nice to be back in the commentating world. Lots to come. A lot to do as well throughout the week, with the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Championship really taking up my schedule. I've actually missed 3 rounds. I've missed 3 rounds. So, it's, yeah, not good. Yaroslav Veselov, 153.4. Just set the fastest lap of this session. The driver to actually watch out for in this session is the man himself, Freddie Slater, 201.3. His fastest lap so far. Expects that to change, actually, in this session. Of course, we've also got the F4 Middle Eastern Championship as well this weekend. And Yas Marina, back-to-back weekends. No free practice, no collective testing whatsoever. Straight into qualifying. Drivers have had to use all the data that they got about 2 weeks ago when they last went racing at a private round with F4. But this weekend, with the 8 hours of Abu Dhabi, the GT weekend, here it is F4, Formula Regional, and GT4, along with the GT 8 hours of Abu Dhabi this weekend. So a big packed schedule this weekend at Abu Dhabi. Very good to see. Yaroslav Veselov, though, fastest lap of the session. So far off and in the fence. Sideways. Was that off and in the fence? No, it wasn't. Luckily, I had nearly thought that car went off into the fence, but no, we are using the dip section this weekend. We're using the shorter section, I should say. Oh, I had a freak moment. And then Everett Stack, though, 146.3, fastest lap of the session. Yaroslav Veselov and Brendo Bardua, Parrott, Calgrani, Evan Gilter is just now gone to the top. He's done a 142.0. Very fast lap indeed. Kinato Lay, Everett Stack, Yaroslav Vesla, Brendo Bardua. Evan Gilter, of course, the driver who won race 2, race 3 last time out here at Abu Dhabi. Very good to see we're actually getting different winners here in the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Championship. Of course, no points for pole. 2 qualifying sessions for these drivers of these teams to contend with. Qualifying 1 will be for race number 1. Race number 2 will be reverse grid of race number 1, then race. And then qualifying number 2 will be deciding race number 3 grid. Freddie Slater, though, he's just gone on the top by half a second, a 141.5 there from the British sensation. Very good lap indeed. Rashid Al Lahiri, Evan Gilter, Taya Phil Nile in position 4. Artem Severukin, Aaron Cameron. Won the Bathurst 1000 a few years ago, but now here in Abu Dhabi. Jack Beaton, another Aussie, Kanatole, and Rivera in position 10. Akshay Bora, Giovanni Maschio, Ricky Liu, Aditya Kalkrani competed in the Formula Regional European Championship. I nearly lost my words then. I had nearly lost my words. I haven't lost my words though. Very good to see. Very, very good to see. It has been a while since I have done any sort of real commentating stream. I'm going to bring you up to date as to when it was the last time I actually did a commentating stream. And that was 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks ago in the Formula Regional Middle East, in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. That was, of course, the championship decider. Since then, I've uploaded 2 videos. I've uploaded more videos than what I've done streams in the last 2 weeks. Of course, more videos I'm hoping to come out. I'm hoping at least 3 more before the end of the week. So 3 or 4 more even. So about 3 or 4 more videos before the end of the week. Very, very interesting as to how that will play out. 3 or 4 more videos still to come. Actually, even maybe 5 videos. 5 videos. Yes, 5. Freddie Slater at the top, though. 141.5. Drivers continuing to do laps. Of course, no free practice this weekend. Well, there has been no free practice for this category. Nor has there been free practice. Actually, there has been one 15-minute free practice session for the F4 Middle Eastern Championship. But these guys have had no free practice, of course, because GT4 and GT3 have taken all of their time slots up with the 8 hours of Abu Dhabi, with 3 free practice sessions for them, all coming in 2-hour slots, 2-hour time periods, should I say, for the GT3. Abu Dhabi, 8 hours. I would love to stream that, actually. That wouldn't actually be a bad idea. But, of course, I don't have much time left. I have, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Not good. Very much not good. Freddie Slater, 141.5. Evan Gilter, 142.0. Rashid Al-Lahiri, 142.0. Casado, 142.1. Hinaka Roberto, 142.1. 42.4, plays a 42.4, plays a 42.4, plays a 42.5, plays a 42.6, plays a 42.6, plays a 42.7, plays a 42.7, plays a 42.7, plays a 42.8. The field is separated by 1.5 seconds. It is so tight out there. From second down to 19th is separated by less than a second. 0.7, should I say. 0.7 separates the top, 19 cars. That is tight. And you find 2/10 and you could be P8. That is very tight. Showing that these drivers are very much struggling to even find much lap time. here this weekend. Only got a couple of weeks until the FIA Formula One World Championship returns here to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That yearly return for the FIA Formula One World Championship. I say yearly. It very much has been a yearly return. Freddie Sater, 141.5. Evangel 10, 142.0. Rashad Lahiri, 142.0. That's your top three. And of course, three championship rivals, should I say, in the top three. Has, of course, been a very, very interesting championship so far. As the cars make their run up into turn at number 1. Starting once more on the lap. This is the guy who sits on provisional pole at the moment. 141.5. Drivers possibly now starting to do one more lap in this qualifying session. By the way, you have 2 sets of tyres for qualifying and 2 sets of tyres for the race. You have 4 sets for the weekend. 4 sets of GT competition tyres for the weekend. 4 sets. Leaving you very, very limited. You have 2 sets for 3 races. 2 sets of tyres for 3 races. I know. It's tight. Meaning you would have to use these tyres again at some point in the weekend. 1 set for this session. You would very much not want to puncture, by the way. And 1 set for the next session. You would very much not want to puncture either. Because then you'd have to go back to the old set. Or, well, if you even have an old set. And the chances of a puncture in this session very, very limited. But Freddie Sater, though, he's just taken pole here in qualifying 1. That set the grid for race number 1 of the weekend. Freddie Sater takes pole. Evan Julter, Rashad Lahiri, Taito Kato, Casado, Jin Nakamura, Taiful Nile, Ugo Uchikwuru, Jack Beaton, and Artem Severukin sits position 10. Outside 10, Aaron Cameron, Enzo Beligni, Edgar Bordner, Riviera, Kanato Lake, Giovanni Mascher, Akshay Bhatt, Kai Daranani, Kalkarani, Ricky Liu, and Leah Castello. Maschio moves up into P16. As drivers continue to finish off their laps. Continuing once more to finish off laps. Drivers now making their way back into the pits. And will now start to put on a brand new set of GT tyres. And do it all over again in qualifying 2, which should be very interesting indeed. The Sunlock Racing team prepare to pull in their driver, of which is car 10. There is Freddie Slater, another one of the Centerlock Racing team drivers. Currently sitting P1. Very tight. There is the top 18, by the way. Top 18, yes, I say that. Top 18 separated by 6/10. Very tight. There's 26 cars out on the grid. You're expecting me to say top 26 drivers. No, not the top 26 drivers. It's the top 18 drivers separated by 0.6 of a second. It is very tight out there. Very, very tight indeed. Jack Beaton there getting brand new set of rubber thrown to that car and will now get ready to go out in qualifying 2. This is going to set the grid for race number 3 for the weekend. Race number 2 is reverse grid. Keep that in mind. Race number 2, reverse grid. Race number 1 and race number 2 will be done tomorrow. Monday, I should say. Monday, that race will be done. And then race number 2 will be done Tuesday, along with race number 3 as well. Results for qualifying 1. Freddie Sater, Evan Julter, Rashad Lahiri, Taito Kato, James Casado, Jin Nakamura, Taiful Nile, Ikugu Chikru, Jack Beaton, Artem Severukin, and Aaron Cameron lines up your top 11 cars. Enzo Deligny, our previous champion, Kanato Lay, Breno Padua, Rivera, Maschio, Akshay Bora, Kai Darinani, Agdita Kograni, Ricky Liu, Castillo, and Everett Stack in position 22. Fast lap of that session, 141.5, set by Freddie Slater. Already the Formula Regional Middle East, already the Formula Regional European Championship winner of 2025. Now comes to compete again in the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Championship during, of course, this summer break that the FIA Formula 2 World Championship and the FIA Formula 3 World Championship is having. Competing in just the Formula 3 Championship, though, is Freddie Slater. If you hear his name on the Formula 1 World Championship in about 2 or 3 years' time, you know where he's come from and why he's come to Formula 1. Because he's oh so competitive, especially in just these junior support categories that race around these sorts of circuits, like Abu Dhabi. 16, well, actually, we've got about 4 minutes until the next session is back underway. Well, actually, more or less 5 minutes until the next session kicks or boots back underway, should I say. Friday qualifying. Of course, a private qualifying day before the grandstands fill up for the 8 hours of Abu Dhabi that is happening on this weekend. This was, by the way, streamed 2 weeks ago. So the 8 hours at Abu Dhabi has already been done. I would love to stream that, but, you know. Schedule does just not allow me to do this sort of stuff. Very much does not allow. But the next session is now underway. Turns out that Abu Dhabi was running behind schedule just a little bit. We have Formula Eastern Championship and the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Championship along with GT4 supporting the GT3 8 hours of Abu Dhabi. So pits have been open. Teams still putting or throwing brand new sets of rubber at the cars. It's going to be... oh, Jesus. It's going to be a completely different car. You're going to have cold tyres. You're going to have cold brakes. Actually, you're going to have warm brakes, which is going to help you in putting temperature into the GT tyres that these cars and teams run throughout the weekend. 4 sets for the weekend. 2 for qualifying, 2 for the race. And 3 races, so not much time. Not much time at all. No, actually, loads of races, not much qualifying time. No practice time either. These guys, this team, these cars, these drivers have all competed just 2 weeks ago at the time of this being, nearly a month ago at the time of this being streamed. Next time out, we head to Dubai at the Dubai Autodrome. Round 3, round 4, we come back here to Yas Marina. Round number 5, it will be the Lusail Grand Prix, supporting the FIA Formula 1 World Championship, which is actually in a few weeks' time, that round. So, you know, there's not much time. There's not much turnaround time. Not much turnaround time indeed. All these rounds have really been smashed out in 2 week, really, even 1 week gaps have been the way that these teams and drivers have worked through the weekends. Yeah, but I cannot believe it's been 2 weeks. It does not feel like it should have been 2 weeks. Has it been? Yeah, no. Shouldn't have been 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Shouldn't have been. I should have been streaming last weekend, but I didn't. 12 minutes remaining in qualifying number 2 for the FIA Formula Regional Middle Eastern Championship. 12 minutes and 15 seconds for all of these drivers to get temperature back into the tyres in this session.
Some drivers think that if it's a reverse grid race, we haven't qualified, so there should be fewer points on offer. But the argument from Top Speed and the people setting the regulations of the championships in Formula Regional Middle East and F4 is very simple. The races are the same length, even for the reverse grid race. They are 28 minutes plus the additional lap. The same length as they are for race 1 and race 3. So why should we award fewer points? They're out there for the same amount of time. Yes, the grid is different, but the drivers know that when they sign up. So they know that the second race is going to be a reverse grid. It gives other drivers an opportunity to fight from the front. Qualifying makes a lot of difference, and the starting position makes a lot of difference to how a race goes. So a driver can use that to their advantage sometimes and give themselves a better race. But there certainly shouldn't be fewer points given for a race that's the same distance. And it's exactly the same format in Formula Regional as it has been in F4. They both have races that race 28 minutes plus the additional lap. And the lap time difference between them is only about 7 to 8 seconds or so at most race circuits. Certainly here, they were setting very competitive times in qualifying in F4 Middle East, and we know that the cars are going about 8 or 9 seconds quicker in Formula Regional Middle East. Different car, much more physical, but it's certainly a very exciting run for all the drivers. Loving your conversations, picking up some of these young drivers who are making their way through the ranks of motorsport. It's always really good to see that you guys are properly supporting these drivers, not just the ones in this championship, but in other series as well. And these guys, they're doing a fantastic job. Darky wants to know, is Dorian Pan racing in this round? No, she'll be joining in the championship from round 3, as far as we're aware. That's the press conference, press statement that we've been told. So the French driver Dorian Pan should be stepping up into the Formula Regional Middle East Championship at the next round of the championship in Dubai, which is really exciting to hear because she did a good job when she raced in the F4 Middle East Championship last year, and of course she is a race winner in the F4 Middle East. So it'll be good to see what she continues on to do in Formula Regional. Loving the good questions coming in. Madison asking, what other series would you commentate on if you had the chance? I've got quite a busy schedule as it is. We've got plenty of racing for me to commentate on over the course of this year, as well as doing the F4 Middle East Championship and the Formula Regional Middle East. Later in the year, we'll have all sorts of great events in this particular paddock. We have the Sepang 12 Hours sports car race coming up. We'll have F4 Southeast Asia. I do a lot on the karting side, which is where I get to know these drivers in the first place. So I'll be doing a lot of Miami X30 across Asia, across China, Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia. Unfortunately, I also get to do a lot of work for Motorsport TV, doing everything from Super Formula and Super GT out in Japan to the Stock Car Pro Series with Rubens Barrichello and Felipe Massa and all these fantastic Brazilian racing legends, as well as the Porsche Carrera Cup in Brazil, Euro Cup 3, Spanish F4, Australian F4. I'm not going to have time to fit anything else in. It's going to be a really busy year. So thanks for the support, Madison. I've got plenty on my plate. If the guys in the Grand Prix paddock want me, you know where to find me. Very simple. At the moment, I think either 2026 or 2027 rather than for this season. The beauty of it is I only get to do the races that are fun to talk about. Everything I get to commentate on, the racing is magic. That's all it's supposed to be. So the drivers are dialing in, just getting the racing tyres warmed up. It's really difficult to get the warm-up right in these cars. And the driver was telling me, if you get it slightly wrong and you warm up the tyres in a way that's not quite correct, you don't quite get the routine correct on that formation lap and dialed in the grid, those first 3-4 laps are going to be an absolute nightmare. And there is quite a science, there's quite a formula to getting these GT tyres to work at exactly the right time. If you don't get it right, you can lose anywhere between 5 and 6 places in the first 4 laps. So it's really tricky, really, really difficult.
Indeed, it is. Must I say, it's the F4 Middle Eastern Championship that will be back for F4 Middle Eastern Championship. I must say, let me check. But I feel as if the F4 Middle Eastern Championship will be with the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship in... yes, they are. They're going to be back with... Or will they? Will they? No. Yes, 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 child, you lie. Must I say you lie? So yes, the F4 middle, yes, they will. They will be back with the ABB F1. Oh, no, they won't. No. No, you lie. Once. No. They will not be back with the ABB FIA Formula World Championship. They will still be competing with the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Championship. But this weekend, it is the Abu Dhabi 8 Hours that is all the talk. Yep, between all the paddocks. Of course, the marshals have done a very good job to actually set this track up this weekend. All the support crew and all that sort of stuff. Of course, the Abu Dhabi 8 Hours using the dipper section of this circuit. Or corkscrew. Yes, that was the word. Corkscrew. Ha! Gotcha. Corkscrew section, which is like the dip section in this circuit. So, no matter what, the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Championship has to use this, the corkscrew section, because the GT 8 Hours are using it, so. Some of the GT4 cars as well. So yeah, quite a packed schedule. And the marshals will be very busy when it comes to the 8 Hours. I think that race starts at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Oh no, lies. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. that race starts. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. over there. I might watch it. I don't know. Should I? Maybe. Maybe I might. Maybe. Maybe I might. I'm not sure. 4.5 minutes, though, to go in this session. 140.9 is the first lap for Evan Julter. Brendo Bardua in position 2. Rashid Al-Daheri sits in position 3. And Freddie Soto sits in position 4.
Really honest path to be a great racing driver. He's very analytical, very self-protective. And as he comes towards us now, Brandon Padilla, definitely a driver you want to watch out for. He's got flair in the technical side. He's really good at analysing his data. He knows how to get around a problem with the car. He certainly knows how to get the most out of tyres. So it'll be really interesting to see what kind of pace he can come out with. And getting a 141.3 this early in the session bodes well for Brando's third race at the very least. He can get himself into the top 10, even in like 8th, 9th or 10th. You could well see a race to win charge for Brando Padilla. Now we're going to get to see if Freddie Slater's got anything to bounce back with. Unfortunately, my timing screen's decided to throw a tantrum. So all we've got is what you've got on screen at the moment. Hopefully that'll be sorted in time for race 1. But it's never particularly easy. S writing on YouTube. It's pretty cool seeing the Eaton tyres and single seats. It's the first time he saw them, or she's, I'm not sure what it stands for, I do apologise, was during British truck racing at Donington. Oh, I miss the British trucks. I used to get presenting and commentary gigs for them back in the day. It was really good fun, British truck racing. Last time, it was 2021 Penbray in Wales. An absolutely spectacular sport, British truck racing. I do urge you to give it a look if you get a chance. It's very exciting. And the crowds that you get for British truck racing very similar to the ones you get for British touring car racing. So it really is a busy championship weekend. And very entertaining racing. There isn't a simple thing. It's a boring truck race. They're all exciting. Chips ahead, still the top spot. Brandon Padilla on 141.3. Slater is down in 5th on 141.4. He's going to need to find half a second if he wants to take pole position. In fact, he's going to need to find a little bit more than half a second. Is Evan Julter about to break the Freddie Slater dominance streak? That would be very good news for the French, and certainly very good news for all of Gigi's fans worldwide. Really excited to see how it continues to go. Random guys asking a very cool question. How do you become a motorsport commentator when you're not from Europe or from the United States? Any realistic way? There's a very realistic way, and I will send this to anybody who's looking to get into it. Do it the way I did. Start in karting. There's karting everywhere around the world. You can nail karting commentary, you can nail anything at all. The only way I'm doing this job now is because I started in the world of karting. It is the fastest, most dynamic, most exciting form of motorsport, And if you can nail that, you can nail anything. And you're never too late to give it a start. There's no school of commentary. I didn't start doing it until I was 25. So give it a go. If you fancy it, if you've got the passion, you will get the gigs. And then Shields there, 1 minute 40.953, 4 tenths of a second ahead of Brandon Bedilla. Rashid Underhead flying the flag for the United Arab Emirates in third position in front of the Macau Grand Prix dominant man, Yugu Machukwu, fourth position. Freddie Slater not quite able in this second qualifying run to find that killer lap. Fifth position for him at the moment, the second fastest rookie. Who would have thought we'd be saying that going into qualifying two? Enzo Delini, sixth place from Taito Kato, then Jim Nakamura, then Ernesto Rivera, back into the top 10 in front of Teofil Nadal, the Frenchman, in his final qualifying session in the Middle East before he returns to Europe. And Madison pointing out she may have spoken too soon with Freddie and Rashid's dominance. Well, Rashid is near the third place, but Freddie Slater, fifth position. He's going to have a very tough third race from there. Might get a win in race one from pole position, but it does look as though the rest of the field have figured out where he's found the pace. And now they're matching him. Could be really exciting. Everyone thinks for the first round, oh well, he's got this then. But I asked Freddie after his win, do you think you can win Checo away? He said, no chance. It is nowhere near as easy as that. And from every weekend here on out, it's going to get harder and harder to maintain the performance. So it'll be fascinating.
He's no child.
He's going to have it all his own way. Mr. Really wants to know, did I have a career as a driver in motorsport, or was I just a passionate fan? I was a passionate fan, my friend. I was not one of those who had money or connections or driving skills coming in. Would have loved to have been Freddie Slater rather than Jake Sanson, but all I am is Jake Sanson. So I was a fan on the sofa, worked my way up. Yeah, who wouldn't do this job? It is the best job in the world. There's Freddie. He's been given a little bit of space by his teammate. Has he got what it takes? He's only got these last couple of meters. The checkered flag's going to come out before he gets another lap in. Can Freddie Slater do it? The answer is no. He's perched. He will not be pole position. He will not even be on the front row. So he's going to start all the way back in fifth position at best. Now we have got a championship fight on our hands. This is magic. Gilter, Badua, Aldaheri and Yuga Chukwu have all gone quicker than Freddie Slater in this qualifying session. Now we have got a championship fight for the ages. This is what we love to see. Just because in one round one driver gets it right doesn't mean they're going to perfect it in round two. Okay, you got pole position for race one, and that's race one. Race two and race three, we're going to have a very, very different story. That is what we want. Are we going to get a weekend in round two when we get 3 different race winners from the 3 races? Oh, that sounds like an exciting prospect to me. Evan Schilter, pole position. Gigi, on his 4th qualifying session ever in the Middle East, puts it on pole position, and that is the first ART Grand Prix pole position from a qualifying session. They obviously got a reverse grid pole with Kamato Lee, and he converted that into a win in race 2 on Sunday of round 1. But now, Evan Schilter gets the pole outright, and that will feel so satisfying to the young Frenchman. So all of a sudden, this weekend, or I should say this midweek event, is going to be incredibly exciting. Race 1, of course, is tonight. In F4 Middle East, it will be at, well, I say tonight, it'll be this afternoon, in fact. It's only going to be a couple of hours away. 3:20 local time for the F4 Middle East Race 1. We're going to go live from 3:05 this afternoon. That's 3:05 UAE time. There is the provisional results of qualifying 2. Evan Schilter in pole position from Brandon Bedilla on the front row. Great to see him back at the front. Rashid Al-Naheri, the leading rookie in front of Yuga Chukwu, Freddie Slater and Anzo Delini. That'll be an exciting race 3. The Japanese twins, Taito Kato and Jun Nakamura, Honda versus Toyota. Look at Evan Schilter celebrating the pole position in pit lane. Rivera, Niall and Karashkedo. That's a very happy Evan Schilter. 12th for Akshay Bora, that's a bit more like it. Jack Beaton back up to 13th. Looking on fitter this weekend. Renato Lee, Reza Suwerthan and Kai Dalianani. From Aditya Kulkarni, Giovanni Mascio, Luria Che, Everett Stack, Aaron Cameron and Lorenzo Castillo. And then in 23rd position on the starting grid, it will be Jin Harriat from Finley Green, and then Yaroslav Zalavo and Wang Shongwei at the back of the field.
Deal.
For the drivers, very happy after qualifying. There's Aaron Cameron, who probably wanted a little bit more from the session than that, to be fair. And there is young Lulu Chen. Oh no, sorry, that is Wang Shongwei, his teammate. They've obviously done a much stronger job after qualifying. The Origin team, formerly known as R&B. But what a fantastic championship fight this is now. It's not one-way traffic in round 2. Freddie Slater gets pole for race 1, but race 3, it's a French affair. Evan Chilter and LT Grand Prix get their first pole position in Formula Regional Middle East, with Freddie Slater going to be starting all the way down in 5th. Is race 2 this weekend going to be the start of a championship renaissance for Evan Chilter? You'll have to tune in to the races this afternoon to find out. From Jake Sanson here at Yas Marina, thank you very much for watching our 2 qualifying sessions for F4 and Formula Regional Middle East. We start the Formula 4 race this afternoon at 3:20 local time, and we will have the Formula Regional Middle East race at 4:30 local time. Tune in to get the action here on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon.
Formula Regional race will be tomorrow from 4 o'clock. So tomorrow from 4 o'clock. I'll be scheduling all these, by the way. Tuesday will be race number 2. Race number 2. Race number 2 and 3. So that's from 3:30, then 4:50. Then Wednesday will be the next round, of course, which will be. Let me check. Let me check. So yeah, race, and then the next round will be on Wednesday, which I'll be scheduling. But if you guys enjoy, hit like button, subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow from 4:10 for race number 1. Till then, goodbye.